my heart to this. She said I'm a narcissist, 'cause I don't want no parts of this. Parts of this. Baby do da da. Baby do da 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 da. Baby do da da. Baby do da 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 da. Baby do da da. Baby do da 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 da. Baby do da da. Baby do da 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 da. Every time you link, it's a cold one. Every time you leave, it's a pro one. When we clash, it's the whole gun. Pull one if you know one.
Jay French right there. Our semi-regular contributor almost now. It's time for Messy Monday. And, well, she's here. She is a registered nurse. She's a financial guru, a senior estate planner, business and credit consultant. And she also has published many a book. And I don't know where the messy part comes in, but somehow she's always got advice that goes viral. The last time you were on, you told people, quit shacking up and get married. Dr. Rosie Milligan is here. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here this morning. I'm still saying the same things. Words of wisdom. People don't like to hear the real truth, but when you reach a certain age, you ain't got time to be playing around. If I want to play, I'll go to the park. I ain't got time for that.
Okay, but, you know, apparently Messy knows no age limit. I'm sure you saw the clip over the weekend of the CEO of the company Astronomer hugged up with his human resources head, and they go on the kiss cam, and it goes viral. He loses his job. I assume she'll lose her job also. They're not young. They're not spring chickens.
Well, you're absolutely right. Age has nothing to do with it. I guess I need to be the first to say that. But, you know, it does come with saying what you want to say, doing what you want to do. That does come with age. You know, not caring about what the people behind you think. That comes with age. Usually when you're younger, you're really concerned about how people view you, how they see you, what they think. When you get past 40, you don't care a little bit. When you get past 7, hell with it.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you look very nice. You've got on a beautiful dress, a very chic, close-cropped, natural. It seems like you care what people think.
I'm approaching 80 and I don't give a flip. I'll be 80 years old in November.
I had no idea.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness. She's a Scorpio, too.
That's right.
So do you have relationship rules? You're about to be 80. I had no idea. Yeah. I never would have guessed that.
Yes.
Looking very, very young.
Well, thank you. Hey, yeah. I hope the men, did you guys hear what she said? Hey.
So you're still dating?
They're still chasing me.
You're still fleeing men at 80, almost 80?
Yes.
Really?
And I'm trying to figure out, why don't you guys go and, they know. Oh, yeah. Dominique, let me just put it out there. Now, most people don't know. I've been divorced for how many years? About 50 years. Most people in
You've been divorced for a long time, but you guys act like you're still married.
I know most people think I'm still married. When they see me, they ask, well, how's your husband?
Well, you are wearing a ring on the wedding ring finger.
No, well, it's not. But and I'm thinking now, if they knew I was divorced, now if they think I'm married and they chasing, what in the hell they would do?
Yeah, well, I got a lot of questions. First of all, what's your secret? You got men chasing you at 79?
Yeah, I don't know, Dominique. They say they just attracted to me. So I just, maybe, I don't know. What you think?
Well, we're gonna explore that because I'm sure there are people that would like to know, like, how are you such a man magnet?
I really don't know. I don't
yes,
know.
You do. Quit lying, Dr. Milligan.
Well, it's the way that it's in the eyes.
She bats her eyes.
I know how to flirt across the room.
Really?
I know how to make love without being in your presence. Hey.
What? We're not talking about FaceTime right now.
Well, Dominique, I started teaching people about that. 1990, remember when I wrote the book, satisfying the black man, sexual made simple, and satisfying the black woman.
I do
sexually
remember
made simple.
hearing about those books. Yes.
Yeah, I did a whole chapter on telephone sex.
Really?
And that was way off the chart for black folks. They didn't even want a black woman talking about sex. They were comfortable with Dr. Ruth talking about it, but when I started talking about it, and my family was so upset. My sister called me one Sunday. I was going to do, seminar. "You're not talking about sex, are you?" I said, "Well, maybe on Sunday." I said, "God."
You said, "God," stop it. But now, of course, it could be updated for internet sex, FaceTime sex. But you were actually advocating for that.
Yes, ahead of time. I think people need to know how. There are people had long distance relationships, and if they learn the techniques of how to bring pleasure in a distance. I think I invented that. I would.
I somehow doubt it, but you might be a pioneer. So, you're instructing people how to do it because why?
Well, number one, because I think it is an essential emotional, physiological release
Phone
and
sex?
a necessity. Yes.
Okay.
So you can be in a whole nother state, and you can feel the same pleasure without being with that person. It's a mind thing, Dominique. It really is. You can create whatever feeling you want to if you know how to make your mind do that.
And you think that it's funny because black people have this image of being wild, but really a lot of us are kind of prudes.
Well, I think we're changing how we look at things. We really are, and I think we're really understanding the dynamics of relationships, and we're looking at intimacy and sex in a whole different light. And it's with AI stepping up, we're gonna see a whole new way that people going. That's why it sits in your mind. Sex, the feeling of it, the thrill, can really be in your mind. You can create in your mind what you want to feel. You can just sit alone, and your mind can be powerful enough that you can really have your orgasm.
She said it. Dr. Rosie Milligan. Have you always been this way? Just like you said, it comes with being older, but you wrote a book in 1990. That was what, 35 years ago?
Yes. I've always been outspoken, Dominique, 'cause I've seen the shame and the hang-ups about people, especially when it came to sexuality, and with people not understanding, particularly understanding black women. Just like if a black woman was raped, the first thing that people would say, "Well, what did you have on? Where were you? You shouldn't have been there." And she was the most unbelievable that people just couldn't believe that black women were raped. They put you through the mill. It did it so much that black women wouldn't even report it because they knew nobody was going to believe it. They were going to judge, where were you? What time of night? What kind of dress you had on? How short was it? Was it long? So I started years ago really looking at the difference in what was happening with black women. And I would teach black women, you're not Caucasian clones.
Well, there we go. There's a whole other discussion for another day. We're talking with Dr. Rosie Milligan. It's a messy Monday. So when we continue this conversation, I want to know what your relationship rules are. We kind of digressed a little talking about, incorporating phone sex, but maybe that's one of them. I don't know. What are your relationship rules? Last time you were telling people to get married. This time you're telling them to have orgasms electronically. You just never know with Dr. Milligan. But I'm
a realist.
A realist?
Yes.
Meaning?
I'm real about life, and most people are not.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing the thing that I'm talking about, but they are afraid to say that they're feeling the same way, but when I get off the air, they're going to call. You know what? I've been thinking that. I've been doing that. I thought I was the only one doing it.
Ah,
Yes.
see, now we're getting to the root of why these men are chasing you at 79. It's a messy Monday. Rosie Milligan is my guest. You're welcome to get in the convo, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA, Talk 1580.
The station you turn to when you've had it up to gear with cultural incompetence. KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we aim to foster enlightening, sustainable, restorative dialogue, and we welcome unapologetically progressive viewpoints that empower fellow citizens. We are now accepting submissions for KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorials like this one.
For the KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Recently, I listened to a Tavis Smiley show conversation with James Farr. James said something that caught me off guard. Black out the Dina is gone. My community is being murdered. I said murdered.
All you have to do is go to our website homepage at KBLA1580.com and click on the icon that says KBLA Guest Editorials to learn more about our editorial standards and content submission guidelines. As long as the topic aligns with our mission, we are happy to review your submission and consider it for broadcast. We can't make any promises, but we want to amplify progressive perspectives that are community-focused and solution-oriented. So, go to KBLA1580.com right now to download all the information you need about our guest editorials. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
1455 Frazee, San Diego. CordellCordell.com.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Also, she owns a bookstore, a publishing house. She does Black Writers on Tour. She's an author and an economic advocate. Rosie Milligan. Dr. Rosie Milligan is here today, though, because it's Messy Monday. Link said to tell you, we all know that Scorpios are extremely sexy. He thinks that's the secret to your being continuously swarmed by suitors at age 79 and probably pretty much your whole life.
Yes.
Those are problems in the black. Okay. So what are your relationship rules? Are these men that are swarming you, why are they getting disqualified? Aside from the fact that you're wearing a fake wedding ring and you and your husband hang out all the time like you're still married. I mean, your ex-husband.
Yeah. Well, you want to know what's the secret?
Okay.
Well, men like women who are very secure, who can do things on their own without wanting them to do everything. We have some women, they can't do anything by themselves. If they want to go to a baby shower, they're trying to pull a husband in with them. And they're chasing. But you shouldn't chase, but you need to know how to tease. You need to know how to flirt if you're looking. And most people don't. They go at it the wrong way. Sometimes we think verbal is the best, but the silence is what grabs men. The silence, not the words you say. It's body language. So that's a class all by itself. Maybe I need to do a class.
She's over here flirting right now on YouTube. Yeah, maybe you should do a class on it.
You got to know how to, you should be able to make love from across the room.
What? What? Miles, what are you saying, Miles? Miles is back there talking.
Hey, man, and I'm preaching. I'm stomping right now.
Make love from across the room. Mm-hmm. What does that look like?
Well, it's in the movement. It's in the eye contact. The eyes, it gives the expression of the soul. And people, I look at them, they put all this stuff on their eyes, all these eyelash, but they don't know what to do with the eyes. I mean, I don't have anything. Hey, look, I don't have nothing on my eyes, just as natural as I can be. But I know how to work these eyes across the room. I know how to make my eyes talk. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all better learn something. It ain't in the booty. It's not in the booty. It's in the eyes.
No BBLs over here?
No. No,
Wow.
I tell people, all the time, you got to know what you're working with. And most people don't. And I'm just going to say this, Dominique. I see women who are going, paying $15,000 and $20,000 to increase their buttock size. And I keep saying, you guys got to know how to catch without all the stuff you're spending money on, because you're economically depleting yourself. Because when you finish with all this stuff, when you finish with the $10,000, y'all looking good, but guess what? You still going home by yourself. I'm just saying.
So invest in what instead?
Invest in your mind. Your mind is powerful. And we forget that, how your mind can attract whatever you want. Your mind can make you feel whatever you want. When there are people who feel like someone loves them when they don't, all the behavior is showing they don't care about you, but you want them to care about you. So your mind tells you, oh, he loves me. Think about it. When a man, sometimes he beats his wife, beats his girlfriend, and then you say, well, why are you going back? Oh, he didn't mean he loves me. You've told your mind that. The mind is powerful. It can give you what you desire and what you focus on.
So your Messy Monday relationship rules: don't go get a BBL.
No.
Invest in your mind.
Exactly.
Respect the silence, not what you say, is sometimes what you don't say.
Absolutely. And remember, always when you meet someone, you want them to, as I put in my book, Satisfying the Black Man, stroke the mind before the behind. That's what I'm talking
Stroke the mind before the behind.
Absolutely.
Okay, I can work with that.
But men appreciate the mind. In times like these, the stress that they're going through, they'd rather have a woman that they can connect with mentally than someone they can connect in the bed with. Because a lot of men today, Dominique, they are impotent. There's a lot of impotency because of the stress.
Erectile dysfunction, as they say.
Absolutely. So a lot of men today, people have less interest in sex today than they did even 5 years ago.
Really? Even though Pornhub is at an all-time high?
They have less interest. That's a whole different thing. They have less interest in human touch and intimacy.
I think there is a connection, though, because I think people, and I've read about this, that some men are getting erectile dysfunction from doing too much Pornhub, and they kind of like wear themselves out some kind of way. I need an expert because I don't know the workings of that, but I was reading that there's porn addiction, or the expectations of pornography that it puts on sex, that people have to be acrobats, or they have to have some kind of magical sexual powers, or just the repeated use of on-demand pornography is causing a more of an epidemic of erectile dysfunction.
I think it's more also a lot of men and women are just not as much interested in sex as they used to be.
Why?
Now, well, because they have other things on their mind, stuff they're doing,
always had
the
other
different
things on our mind.
stressors, different places to go, so it really makes a difference. They're just not as interested. That's why people have to learn the power of intimacy, and then understand that every time that you have closeness with your man, it doesn't mean that he wants to have sex. And it doesn't mean he want to have sex because he has an erection. I mean, that's one thing you have to teach young men. You don't have to do something every time you get an erection. That's what I want all men. Start teaching your sons. You don't have to do anything because you have an erection. Men can get erection when their football person make a score, it doesn't take much for a man to get an erection. Does it mean he want to have sex with you? No.
Boy, that sounds like a part 2 of this show. Carl Tucker wants to know if your book says that men just want to hit it and they don't want...
You know what? I talk about that. I talk about the fact that it's important to make your agenda known. Sometimes men don't want to make love. They just want to have sex. They've had a hard day at work. It's like a tranquilizer for them. But what I say to men, you need to make your agenda known. If all you want is a quickie, then you need to tell me. Don't have me packing for a trip when you just want to go around the corner.
Communication.
Yes. And it's okay. It's really okay. That people just need to communicate their needs.
So you're saying you're fine with the quickie as long as you had a warning first.
Right. Don't have me getting ready for a train ride and you just want... No. Just be honest. Be upfront. Because most time the woman you with may be happy that you just want a quickie because she got something to do, okay?
That sounds so unromantic.
That's romantic.
How?
Because you're getting what you want. He's getting what he wants, and you're getting what you want. That's the problem with people. They're thinking one person wants something when they don't. I had a couple once that I was counseling with, Dominique, and they both wanted the same thing. But the man, he said, he looked at his wife and he said, "No, she ain't gonna do that because she's on the motherboard." She looked at her husband and thought he wouldn't do certain things. So they both stepped outside of their relationship and they both got what they wanted in bed, but from someone else. And when they came to a divorce and they decided it was time they could communicate about why they did what they did, then they had to look each other in the face and say, "We wanted the same thing, but we didn't know how. I don't know what you would feel if I asked you this." So it's all about communication.
So did they get back together?
They did.
Oh, I love a happy ending. That's hilarious. Molly Bell says, love me some Dr. Rosie Milligan. Love her openness. Love her Black Riders on Tour. Messy Monday. Flirty. Let me listen. I'm 78 years old and sleep alone. Yeah, Molly Bell is always saying it's too late for her to get a man. She's asking, is love and sex the same? Where was Dr. Rosie Milligan for my 3 marriages?
It's all about talking. You know, people find out many times, Dominique, after they have ended their relationship, if they had only opened up and been honest about what they felt and what they thought, that they would still be together. And I am so open about this because if I had someone ahead of me who was provocative and who was honest like I am today, I think I probably would have still been married. You see, but there was things that I didn't know. Like now, you hear people would say to someone if a person would have an outside affair, well, you need to just divorce that person. Well, I'm saying to people, being unfaithful, and they didn't show it in your face and it happened, that's not a reason for you to just divorce. It might make your marriage stronger because now you guys can talk about it. But now, back up here. Now, if you want to make it a vocation with outside and cheating, that's a whole different story. But I don't think a person should walk out of a marriage, particularly if everything is going good, they've never had any problem, they had no sign that the person was cheating, you never missed money from your house, and the person has been there for you. But now if he's been dogging you out all the time and money coming up short, but you just didn't know what was happening, now you find out, that's a whole different story. So we really need to look at that because people are not honest. People thinking that's what mama did. Well, mama wouldn't have taken it. We don't talk about these things. That's why I say that it is time that it needs to be a national cry for black people now to get married. And if you are married, find ways to work it out and get counseling, stay, because look what it does for our community. Here these people almost eating out of the trash can. One Social Security
so
today, Dominique, is not going to pay rent for you. Somebody need to call out and say that.
You just did, I think.
Did I?
Stay married or get married.
Exactly.
Some of us.
Why are we running from it? You know, I know the economic pressure for men and the shame of not being able to measure up.
I think I'm running from it because I already been there and did that. Got the T-shirt.
But look at all
got
the other
got a
things.
whole baby. Who's
Yeah.
now in college.
But see, Dominique, people have to realize
You'll have to
the
do it
next
again.
stage may not be the same. That's what I love about Elizabeth Taylor. She just
Seven husbands, seven times. Six husbands, seven marriages.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, you know. But now people need to find out what it takes to make it work. We have more information now than we did before, and we're not listening to our girlfriends about, I wouldn't take this, you ought to leave. And they'll take more than that. We're learning more because we're opening and talking.
Yeah, we can talk more about that after news, traffic, and sports. Don't listen to the homies or the girlfriends because
Exactly.
you don't know what they're really doing inside their relationships.
Exactly.
You don't know unless you're in the bed with them. And, well, more on that when we come forward. Rosie Milligan, Dominique DiPrima. It's a Messy Monday on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Funding for NPR and PBS is being slashed under President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. Congressman Chip Roy and other Republicans support the cuts, even though Roy recently tuned in while helping flood victims.
They were more interested in trying to get people to call their House members and senators to save NPR and PBS than they were on reporting on what was going on with the floods.
Critics say the move targets media seen as left-leaning. Democrat Texas Representative Jasmine Crockett is warning that a GOP-led redistricting push could silence minority voters. During a recent press conference, she said the Trump-backed plan targets Black and Latino districts, calling it a direct attack on representation. And a Black woman in Florida spent a week in jail after her HOA sued her over brown grass. Irina Green said she missed a court date she wasn't notified of, calling the arrest unfair and humiliating. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and more for a child in poverty. And there are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers are off to a very bad start in the second half of the season. They were swept at home by Milwaukee. The Dodgers lost 6-5 on Sunday. Mookie Betts had a chance to change the outcome in the bottom of the ninth. Betts came up with the bases loaded and 2 outs, but flied out to center field to end the game. The Dodgers are 2-8 in their last 10 games. The Angels got an 8-2 win at Philadelphia. Angels left fielder Taylor Ward had 4 RBIs. The Angels are in New York City today to start a 3-game series against the Mets. President Trump is threatening to withhold federal funding for a proposed new stadium for the NFL Washington Commanders. Trump wants the franchise to go back to its original nickname, the Redskins. Washington majority owner Josh Harris said he has no plans to do that. The Washington franchise replaced Redskins with Commanders in 2020. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With the KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Recently, I listened to a Tavis Smiley Show conversation with James Farr. At one point, James said something that caught me off guard. Not because it wasn't true, but because it is. Black Altadena is gone. I know it may seem stupid and non-productive, but I stopped in that moment listening to Tavis and James. I broke down and cried. In the back of my mind, I told myself we can bring it back like it was. But James Farr's reality check hit me like a ton of bricks. My community is being murdered. I said murdered, not by the Altadena Eaton Canyon fire, but by the people we elect to protect us, and by greedy and gatekeeping nonprofits who cannot see the forest for the trees. For the first time since the fire, I truly feel and understand my wife's inconsolable pain. Because I'm struggling to find a path to recovery and at least some form of normalcy. My community is crumbling right in front of my face. Lack of funding to rebuild is slowly destroying us. Many of us can no longer hold out, and developers are gobbling up our property. When I hear voices like Tavis Smiley and James Farr speak truth to power on KBLA Talk 1580, it reminds me that we're not crazy, just unheard. Make no mistake here, KBLA delegation, this is war. And we, the people of Black Altadena, are losing. It's like waiting for reparation. Not gonna happen, brother. In this new orange man world, no one, no entity is persuaded by right or wrong. There is no consequence for doing the wrong thing, and no accolades or support for doing the right thing. Will war-torn Black Altadena survive? Your guess is as good as mine. But what have I got to lose? I'm in my 70s and don't have time to wait. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once suggested that riots break out when people have no hope. But there's nothing left to burn down in Altadena. I wish I could say I remain hopeful that my beloved community will rise again like a phoenix from the ashes. I wish I could. With a KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Pasadena Community Coalition at gmail.com. Reach out to me. As always, we welcome your feedback.
Hello, family. This is Dr. Rosie Milligan, self-appointed mayor of South Central LA. I'm sounding the alarm. AI, artificial intelligence, is not coming. It's already here. Join me with a powerful Zoom seminar that will teach you how to use AI for your personal and business use. Go to mytechacademy.net or call 213-878-4742.
Let's be real. Too many Black businesses missed out on COVID PPP loans because they weren't tech ready. We can't afford to be left behind again. This time, we must lead. Register today at mytechacademy.net or call 213-878-4742.
You know me, Dr. Rosa, trusted voice of the people, 50 years fighting for literacy, technology, and living trust education. And now, I got your back on AI. Go to mytechacademy.net or call 213-878-4742. Your future is calling. Answer it.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth. Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I can smoke already, so cold in my blood.
Leon Thomas, that's him. I went to see him last night at the Hollywood Bowl. Amazing.
Oh.
But he spells it out. Take your time with the rush, baby. I'm a
Who did you go with,
dog
girl?
of a mutt.
Who did you go with?
Oh, I went with my girlfriend.
I don't believe that. She just don't want to call his name.
I wish I was
call
lying.
His name, Dominique. What's his
I
name?
wish I was lying. I wish I was covering something up. No. His name is Leon Thomas, and then Sir, the two guys that were performing were my dates.
Okay.
In my mind.
What did I say?
You
The
said it's
mind
all
can
in the
create.
mind.
You're sitting there by yourself, and you can create that there's someone with you. You guys don't know the power of the mind. I wish I could tell you what you can do with that mind.
So it's Messy Monday. We're talking about rules for relationships. And I just found out Dr. Rosie Milligan is a Scorpio. I never knew that.
Yes.
So interesting. We'll be joined later this week. We're going to have a great week around here. Madison McFerrin is coming in. She's an artist, a great one at that. And she's also a Scorpio. You all have
Don't let us grab you.
That's
Don't
Wednesday.
let us grab you, okay?
Because we'll never get out.
That's right. Even when you're gone, you're still in, okay?
Yeah. That I know about Scorpions. You're theirs forever, according to them. Thus, your husband can never get away. Your
Right.
ex-husband. Anyway, so you said you started off the conversation saying men like secure women.
They do.
And I think women like secure men, too, to be honest with you. But what does that mean?
It shows up more in women when they are not secure. Men sometimes are not secure because of their financial status, or because maybe they don't have this new car. They look at the things that they know that women like, and they think you want a man from an economic standpoint. So they sometimes put on airs, take you to a restaurant when they should have taken you to McDonald's. They took you to Hollywood, but they didn't pay that car note, and they had to hide it the next month because they think that you're looking for that. But they want women who are not going to cling to them and feel like they got to be in your presence, and they don't want you to feel like they have to call you every other day. Women want too much. They just damn too needy. God dog it. Stop being so needy. Get up and get a life. Ain't nobody got time to call you every day. How come you didn't call me? You haven't called me in 3 days. Go do something. I'm just saying. Come on. Too needy. Men don't like needy women like that. They want you to need them to do certain things. You know, if it's something about your car, or you may want to go but they don't need all this little petty stuff. You know, I'm going to a baby shower, can you go? They don't want to do that with you, okay? So don't make them feel like they need to be around you and your girlfriend. They don't want to be with you and your girlfriend. They'd rather be with their male friend. Men like men, and I'm not talking about on the other side of the fence. They'd rather be with other men. They go to the ball game. Now you see them going to the movie. They sick of you all grabbing and pulling on them. Get a life.
Okay, you say that, and I actually do think that's true. Not that I'm questioning your wisdom.
They sick of you. They sick of women, okay?
But on the other hand, and I get this, men assume, because of how I am on the air, that, I'm too independent. Oh, you're too independent. What do you need me for? And my thing is, why do I want you? Mm-hmm. Do I have to need you? You say you want a secure woman and you don't want a gold digger, but when a woman pays her own bills and makes her own decisions, there's a critique there too.
I think that's a myth. I think sometimes we believe what's built up, because when you hear men, I was at a seminar once and this man it was Michael Basin. You remember Michael, right?
I do. I worked for Michael Basin. Me and Miles worked for him.
Yeah, how women are gold diggers. We were in Atlanta and I stood up and I said that black women was gold diggers, they wouldn't be looking for black men, because how many of them have the gold? Okay, get out of my face with all this myth and stuff.
That's a good point. I mean,
it's too many myths that hampers our relationship. Black women are too independent. Independent how? How are you independent when you're sitting up on somebody's job? If they tell you to go home tomorrow, you don't have anything. It's no such thing. Black women are the backbone. You ain't the backbone of nothing, okay? Stop using those things and just words that we need to stop. When I hear people say, oh, I can do bad all by myself, we need to let a lot of that stuff go. And for men, someone approach you. I've had men to say, well, what do I get you? You have everything. You're making that assumption. If I have a mint coat, why can't I have two? If I have a car, why can't I have two? That's how you need to come back with them. Everything, what's the song? Everything don't mean a thing, baby, if I ain't got you. That's what you got to talk about.
That's that Alicia Keys.
Yeah, everything don't mean a thing. If you don't have the person that can make your heart tick,
I think that is absolutely true. But then, like you said, it's like a talking point Tuesday for relationships. There's some things we have to stop saying.
Yeah.
A strong black woman is one of them.
Right.
Overly independent black woman. Mm-hmm. N-words ain't ish. We could stop saying that.
Yeah.
All men are dogs. Delete, delete, delete.
Right. Yeah. If you're looking at men as dogs, what they say, stay out of the dog pound and stay out the dog pound. We need to stop that. The reason that our marriage rate is so low is because women and men who have been hurt in relationships, and you pass that on to your daughter and your son. So the trauma, your trauma, Your trauma is hindering your daughter and your son from having a wholesome relationship. So I want people to understand that. Don't pass all that negativity because you got caught up with the wrong person, because you didn't know. No one taught you how to choose, how to qualify mate. That's the issue. We have to learn how to qualify mate. What is it that you want? When we take money and sex out of the equation, a relationship, then we can build one stronger.
How do you take money and sex out?
Number one, you take money out. It shouldn't be your main focus, because when you get with someone and right away you're in the bed, that's all you're focusing on. Then you don't have, and if you think you're really catching and trapping this person, you don't want him to get to know the real you until after you get married.
So wait on sex.
Exactly.
And try not
and wait
to...
on money. Let me put that now. You're talking about wait on sex and wait on money. Don't start asking men for money and to pay your house note and your car note. You get up, go to school, get you an education or vocation. Women, when you talk about independent, you're independent, but yet you want this man to pay your car note. You want him to help pay your house note. That don't sound like being independent to me. I think we take sex out the equation. And for those men who are sick of black women, because I hear them now talking about they going to other countries because they don't want
the passport bros.
Yeah, the passport girl. Okay, so if you sick of black women, let me tell you something. You sick of them, stop having sex with them. Don't go to bed with them. If you sick of them, cut all that out. Get into a celibate state. Okay,
that ain't gonna happen.
No.
Yeah, well, Rosie Milligan is my guest. It's a messy Monday. Few things you said there that I'd like to follow up on, and we'll do that when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominic DiPrima when we come forward.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services resources for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The conversation continues right now with Dominic DiPrima on First Things First.
Rosie Milligan, my guest, she just said a whole bunch. It's a messy Monday. She's sharing some of her rules for relationships. And one of the things I hear a lot of complaining about on the internet is 50-50 men. Men who want to go out with you and split the check. I saw one Instagram influencer yesterday who said 50-50 men are really, they're really problems. They're actually, predators.
I don't think
But he said they're actually homeless. That's what he said.
Yeah, I don't think anything wrong with splitting, because women sometimes require too much. You want men to help pay your car note, help pay, and many times they're paying high rent. They have child support to pay. It's nothing wrong with splitting the bills, because there are men out there, baby, that don't want you to split. They want you to pay the whole darn thing. And there's a lot of women out there paying it all, Dominique.
Really?
Yes. There are a lot of women just to have
Miles
a
just
man
co-signed you.
in their company. They are paying it all. They're not sharing that, but it's happening a lot. So
they just keep
50-50.
their mouths shut about it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're probably paying it all and then going on Instagram
Oh.
saying, "Don't take me to the Cheesecake Factory. I need to go someplace
Yeah,
fancier."
and make their girlfriend think that. See, women, one thing I found that women would lie about: sex, their size, and their relationship. Honey, he bought this for me. He did that. Don't believe that. When you're sitting on that job and people are talking about what that man did, don't you go home mad? Because I remember once when I was married, the people at work were talking about what their husband, he bought me this. And I went home, I was so angry because I was thinking, now, what he bought me lately? When I told him, he said, do they work? I said, yes. Then I had to say, well, wait a minute. If he bought a car, he bought this, that money goes into the pot too. But what I'm saying, don't listen to other people about what the man is doing for them.
Yeah, it's a great point. We were talking last week
don't
about
listen to that.
some of these high-profile celebrity relationships like Cardi B and Stefan Hicks, and how people, he filled the room with roses. But for all we know, her publicist paid for that, or she paid for it to help promote her new album, or it was donated by the florist. Like, everything is not what it seems.
You got to know what makes you happy and deal with that. Because someone else bought somebody a car. Did you need a car? Did you want a car that costs more? Look at what makes you happy inside, not the outside show.
Yeah.
Pretty
Brown Mimi 726 says, I heard about a passport bro getting stranded in the Dominican Republic. They took his money, and if I'm not mistaken, he got sex. Either he didn't get sex either. I don't know. On the serious side, it's dangerous out there. Yeah, and for sure. I mean, I've seen people gold digging. In fact, somebody got grifted on our trip to Africa this time. More on that later. By, that seduction of this supposedly perfect, and it happens to women too, but men do it more actively. Right. The supposedly perfect foreigner who's going to cater to their every need. They're still human beings.
Well, I think it's really critical for people to understand you need to make yourself happy. Stop looking for happiness outside with anyone else. When you get up, you should be happy. Don't look for a man to make you happy. You should come into a relationship, both of you happy. Then you can have a better relationship. You can do everything you need to do for yourself. You're looking for a man. I hear women, I don't know, he didn't give me an orgasm. Give yourself one. Hell, why should, it doesn't make sense. You don't ask him to brush your teeth, give you a bath. Stop all this craziness about what he didn't give you. What can you do for you? Let me say this. A man is a luxury and not a necessity. God dog.
What? Say that again. Say that again.
Is a
that
luxury,
sounds crazy.
not a necessity.
A woman is a luxury, not a necessity, and a
man
man is a luxury, not a
necessity. When you get that in your mind,
don't we
can
need
live
love?
this
Don't
thing
we
called
need
life.
sex? Don't we need
But
companionship?
it is a man is a luxury, not a necessity. Anything that you need for yourself, I'm here to tell you can provide it for yourself. It's just the intimacy. You want companion, but you're not hooking up with a man so you can have a thrill, that you can have an orgasm. And that's what you're looking for? Oh, my God. It's so much to life. And for women and for men would rather have a stroke than to not be able to get an erection. If that's all you have going in a relationship, I feel sorry for you, black men, because a lot of you are not going to have that erection. High blood pressure, the medication, diabetes.
Isn't there medicine for that, though? I mean, can't they just take
Viagra? Rather have a
Viagra?
stroke, Dominique. They'll stop taking that medicine because they can't get an erection. We need a whole class.
Maybe we'll do it. Pretty Brown also said the doctor's on point. Some women are paying it all. It's called dating users. Users, F-boys, manipulators. And sometimes women do the same. I mean, it goes both ways, right?
Yeah, but we just got to be, if we can be honest in relationship. Let me tell you, there are impotent women.
What?
There are impotent women.
How is that even possible?
Well, there are women who have no desire for sex, not at all. They've been molested. There's different things happen, but these are the women who will eagerly have sex with men to consummate a marriage. And once they get married, Dominique, on the wedding honeymoon night, they close their legs forever. Now the man is thinking that something wrong with him, is something he did. So women, if you have no interest in sex, don't get married. Don't do that, because you want to have a child because you think it fulfills the script of you being a woman. Because when I ask women who didn't ever want to be married but got married, I said, are you married? With a smile. No, but I've been married. Dominique, that's sick. Marriage is not for everybody. Don't try to do it because everybody else is doing that.
Well, I think a lot of those folks want a wedding more than an actual marriage. But I mean,
it's so unfair.
But you just said stop shacking up, get married. But now you're saying marriage is not for everyone.
It's not. It's not for everybody. But let me back up. If you want to have sex, you want to produce babies, or you want a child, then you need to get married. Let me tell you, being this singing is wreaking havoc on our community. You got all these poor families. Dominique, the average black business income come from someone who look like them. So we're going to be economically deprived because we only got one income coming to that house. That's what's causing all the problem in this community. That's why you have some of these young men out here slinging dope and doing other stuff because they feel responsible for helping their mama pay rent and help to take care of their sisters and brothers. I'm telling you what I know. 2 incomes is always better than 1. And for black men, you need to run and try to find your wife. That's why most of you are dying alone, sitting on the corner, going to a coffee shop, and when you get older and sick, your children are nowhere around because they've been abandoned or the wife have poisoned them against you. I'm sick of seeing old, broke down black men with nobody to do anything for them. So I'm saying get your wife. And let me give you a little secret now. Women, listen, women. Now, hey, look, it's a good thing I went to a seminar and I learned all the benefits that veterans get and what their wives get too. Y'all better kind of look for a veteran out there. I'm just saying.
Oh, go find you a veteran and get them to say I do. Dr. Rosie Milligan, we got 60 seconds. You want to tell us how to find you, how to find the books, or whatever you want to do?
Well, my number is 323-750-3592. 750-3592. You can go to my website, Dr. Rosie, drrosie.com, or just come to the bookstore, 1425 West Manchester, 1425 West Manchester, just west of Normandy. You guys know where it is, next door to Louisiana Chicken. All these black folk know where Louisiana Chicken is. But you guys, build your relationship. It's nothing wrong. And learn how to like you learn how to be a gourmet cook, learn how to be a gourmet lover.
Okay, that sounds like a part 2, a sequel, How to Be a Gourmet Lover.
Yeah. I didn't say sex, I said lover.
Lover. Not just a sexer, a lover. I think you just answered Molly Bell's question. They're not one and the same. 323-750-3592, drrosie.com, or the bookstore at 1425 West Manchester. Dr. Rosie Milligan, it's always a pleasure. What a fun, messy Monday this has been.
I love it, Dominique.
Absolutely. Tavis Smiley's up next. He's locked and loaded with a crazy great show for you to start off your week. Don't forget to tap in with me on social media. I'm at diprimaradio, DIPRIMA, and then radio on every platform, especially Instagram, but now TikTok too. And yes, I have a YouTube. And, of course, we're everywhere at KBLA 1580. You can find the station. You can find shows you missed if you want to hear Dr. Rosie Milligan again. Just go to YouTube or find us for free wherever you get your pods. Like my mama, the late, great Diane DiPrima used to say, history is now, and we're making it together. Until tomorrow, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Funding for NPR and PBS is being slashed under President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. Congress